Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. The Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Gold Coast Fund Management has petitioned the Economic and Organized Crimes Office, YOCO, and the Office of the President to investigate owners of the company for allegedly transferring customers' investment to Liberia and the United States for concealment. Last week, the Ashanti Region branch of the group demonstrated over their locked-up investments. The group, in a statement last Friday, appealed to YOCO to, as a matter of urgency and in the larger interest of the public, investigate the matter. Joseph Aite is secretary of the coalition.
I don't know Dr. Indum in this country. I mean, a lot of us knew businesses that he was holding and businesses that he was running as an individual. It will interest you to know that following this impasse between we, the customers, and Dr. Indum, now you go around to want to trace some of his investments, and you go only to realize that these investments are no more in his name. Even though you have a court judgment to want to attach one of his properties. But what we also know for a fact was that a lot of our investments were directed and were moved by Dr. Indum to acquire those properties. He has acquired those properties using the customer's investment to acquire those properties. So the question we are asking is that if it is not for concealment, how come all of a sudden, when we find ourselves in this situation, we do not have a property of Dr. Indum to attach any longer?
And we'll get reaction from Gold Coast Fund Management to this latest accusation from aggrieved customers on the marketplace in about 20 minutes' time. Now, data integration between the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, and motor insurance firms is about 85% complete. The integration would allow the authority and police to detect insurance status of vehicles. Chief Executive of the DVLA, Akwesi Ajimambuzia, has been speaking with Ebenezer Sabate, who files this report.
The integration process is part of government's move to have a secure database for the citizen to advance service provision. According to Chief Executive of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, Akwesi Ajimambuzia, the insurance firms are collaborating with the authority to implement the process very soon.
We're quite far. We've been talking. You know, the whole idea of insurance is part of the law, the legislative instrument, which has not been enforced. So now when you're registering a vehicle, you would have to make proof of the fact that your car is insured, either comprehensive or otherwise. It's something that we are now enforcing. It's been in the books the whole time. And so the Vice President has been part of it, and we're very close. We're about 85% in to make that become a reality. It is going to happen very soon because, you know, you have to pilot, you have to test, you have to make sure it's making sense. All the little quirks are taken care of. But it's eminent, very eminent.
He spoke to Joy Business after receiving a prestigious award as the Best Chief Executive Officer for the public sector at the ongoing 4th Ghana CEOs Awards in Accra, which is focusing on technological innovation. Former country manager of Google Ghana, Estelle Akufio-Soa, called for incentives for ICT investors to venture into various projects in rural areas of the country.
It's important for us to keep our eye on innovation, but we need to address some basics. You know, and again, in my research, if I can just share these stats with you that not shocked me, but you know, we just need to keep it in mind in terms of the size of our market.
All right, let's move on to other stories. The International Advertising Association's Vice President and Area Director for Africa, Nokodia, is asking advertising firms to embrace new trends in technology to remain relevant. Speaking to Joy Business at the 3rd Africa Leadership Conference, she asked the advertising firms to be proactive or lose out in the current advertising space.
For it to succeed, it's about 4 key R's. It's the revenue, the reputation, the research, and the regulation. You know, and across the continent, there are so many issues around regulation which would be needed, we need to address. So it's important we galvanize our efforts, discuss how we move it forward. Countries, other countries, some countries are ahead of the other. And without regulation, effective regulation, we cannot upgrade the quality of the industry.
Speaking of the industry, how do you assess Ghana's performance over the past few years?
Well, within the IAA world, we are champions. Within the IAA space, we've led the crusade We believed in the industry and we have led it. But when it comes to our specific country, there's a lot to be done around regulation, because we've been moving for the advertising bill for some years now. Thankfully, it's almost nearing the end stage. So with that, a lot will change, because it will highlight the professionals who come into it. It will talk about what can be done and what cannot be done.
Well, day 2 of that program is underway. We'll have more of that on the marketplace. Again, in about 20 minutes' time. It's back to you, Komla.
Thank you very much, Daryl, for bringing us the latest in the world of business. You're still watching Enjoy News. Today, we're back with some more news.